he'd go hunting and sometimes by himself if you didn't go with him. He was a good one. When we got him, he was just a little bitty puppy, couldn't walk on it.
What kind of dog was he?
He was half hound and half English bull. And he had the grit and he had the hound, the pont well. And he just caught on just real quick. And of course we lived.
How long did you work that until you met up with Granny?
Till I did what?
Till you met up with Granny?
Oh, this was after I married and had
you was already married. Okay.
I got a head.
You want to keep him?
No, I'm gonna throw a prize top if you go away.
Okay. Tell me when you was born. What day?
I was born 1931.
1931.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Down in eastern Oklahoma. Down close to the biggest closest town we had was Colgate.
In eastern Oklahoma?
In eastern Oklahoma.
What county? Like Granny said she was born in a county?
Pontotoc.
What?
Pontotoc.
Pontotoc.
That was an old Indian chief down there named back years during the Indian days. And they named the county. Which,
Was you born in the hospital or in a house?
no, we were born in the country. Doctor always come out. You had, wasn't many cars. If you didn't have a car, you rode horseback and got the doctor.
How far was it to the doctor?
Oh, my doctor was out of Stonewall, Oklahoma. About 7 miles, probably.
7 miles. Was that to the closest town? Or is that he just
Yeah,
lived on the farm?
close to town where the doctor.
What was the closest town?
I guess that was it.
Was what?
Was the closest town.
Yeah, but what was the closest town?
Stonewall.
Stonewall.
Well, I don't know. Been a long time. Colgate might have been about as close. I don't think it was, but wasn't much different. In Allen, we was there's 3 little towns, and we was kind of in the center. And all the bigger business that we done was at Ada, about 20 something miles. But it's all dirt roads then. You didn't go a whole lot. All we had was team and wagon.
And
Us kids didn't go much. We'd go a little to the there was another little place. It wasn't a town. It was just a grocery store and a filling station. And at that time, there wasn't even a paved road or a gravel road went into it. It was just a dirt road. We did get a few things from there.
and this was where? To where?
Lula, Oklahoma.
From to Lula?
Lula. There wasn't no paved roads in there around us. We had to go. Well, Stonewall would have been close to 7 miles.
Hey, Grandpa.
Where you gonna hug me?
Daddy.
We had about anything you go to town and buy, as far as vegetables and meat. We killed enough meat to last us up in it. We had no way to keep it except smoke it and sugar carry it down. Some people would salt, what's called salt pork. Didn't nobody go hungry. We had plenty of milk and butter and About all we bought was flour, sugar, and sometime we'd run out of lard. We'd have,
What would you?
there's a few years we made a bad crop and things. But didn't seem to bother nobody because we never had any. That's all we'd ever had.
Mm-hmm.
And of course we didn't miss anything that we never had, you know. And everybody was happy. It wasn't all that bad. You had to work from sun up to sundown, or you wouldn't make it.
Did
From Mom, Dad,
Yeah.
Ross Tatum.
Ross Tatum.
Yeah.
What was his wife's name? Your grandma?
Yeah, Mary Kate.
Mary Kate?
And Grandpa called her Kate all the time.
Uh-huh.
I called her Granny.
Uh-huh.
We called Grandpa Paul. I never called him Grandpa. And most of the rest of them didn't. It was always just Paul.
Yeah.
I think I was his first grandson born that lived close enough that he could see me. And me and him took up together. And he wanted me to stay with him. And he would have kept me, but of course, my mother and them, they let me. I stayed probably half of my life up till I was 12 years old with my grandpa. He rode a horse. He was a good cowboy. He handled a lot of cattle. And when I went to stay with him, well, he had me a horse. Little wild little bay horse they called Tony. And he'd stay out in the pastures if I wasn't there. Maybe for months, you know, after I got over. But as soon as I'd come, he'd bring Tony in. And wherever he was out on the horse, I was with him, tagging behind her. And I never known of him going anywhere. He'd yodel and sing all the time. He was one of the happiest guys I ever seen. You could hear him way down in the bottom flying, and he'd yodel so loud you could just hear him real good. Up that cattle call, man, just continuously. And he'd be just sweating and applying. I don't know. It wasn't a bad life. And, Grandpa always raised a pretty good patch of cotton. And so he'd have a little cash money along. And he'd raise a few calves and maybe sell a few hogs. It wasn't a bad life. It was just according to how hard you wanted to work.
Yeah.
About the way it matters. You catch somebody wants to lay up in the sack till 9, 10 o'clock, or usually everything was run down around the place.
Did your grandpa help your dad get that land to sharecrop on there? When you talk about leaving that country, where did y'all leave from there, from the house you grew up in?
We come here.
Come to
Border, Texas.
To Border.
Phillips.
Uh-huh.
Things that was during World War II, you know, was going real hot. And, they was looking for people everywhere to work out here. They're building these refineries. And, well, oil companies and just big companies, well, they had scouts. And they'd go for hundreds of miles, thousands.
Looking for people?
Looking for people to work. And there wasn't nothing much to do there except sharecrop. And my dad had once added to do some kind of business. I don't know what it was. It probably didn't amount to much, but he was walking down the street, and this guy hit him up. Wanted to know if he wanted a job with an oil company. He told him all about it. He said, we'll take you to Phillips Texas. And at that time, Phillips had dormitories and everything built for the men. And they got I believe it was a 2-week a meal ticket. And there was a big cafe, pretty big hearts there in Border. He would feed these people on that meal ticket for 2 weeks till they got a paycheck. Then they started having to buy their own, But they stayed in them dormitories for just practically nothing. So it didn't cost them.
And they were building the plant.
They were building
the
the
plant.
Alamo refinery.
Alamo Refinery.
And it was already
Is that set there where the refinery's at now?
a part of the old Alamo. They finally, through the years, they had 3 different plants. They made different chemical and gas, and they were fenced apart. But then they come us to coming together, and they'd tear the fence out, and that was just one plant. And it all wound up as the old Alamo Refinery. They had one there called the Rice. Then over where you
Go to the back.
over where your dad's that wasn't even in there at that time. They called that the research, and then they just kept over that.
And
Adding on where they could make different products. But anyhow, and Phillips, there's no place to stay. Border never built any houses well, it was just like the Army. It was an Army camp, but wasn't no soldiers. They set this hundreds of trailers. They'd go in there and it'd be just like a little town. They'd put nice streets. And they had wash houses and bath houses. And it was something real neat for Border because they didn't have nothing. They're Phillips. And I guess this all come to government. Because it was government owned. But Phillips was the one had it in there. Had it set it. Well, they had them 3 or 4 different units scattered around. One at Buda Vista, and that one north of Phillips. And they might have had another now, but we wound up in one north of Phillips.
But y'all stayed out there in Oklahoma for a while, right? While he came over here and worked for a little while?
Yeah.
Y'all stayed back behind, and he sent for you, or he come get you?
We still had a few cows and hogs and horses, and somebody had to take care of it.
Yeah.
Well, I was the only boy, and that wound up that was my responsibility, to keep the stock fed and cow milk. And we had a 35 Dodge touring car. And Mama couldn't drive, so the car just sat there, Pretty good old car. Well, my dad wrote back and said, y'all rig up and have a farm sale. And we're going to move to Phillips, or Border. So we had no open farm bills made up or anything, just rip it out and let the people know. So I had to do it by mouth. We had an old gray pony there, and I rode him all over that country letting people know the date Mama says to sell everything. And that's the way we sold out. She sold the horse while I was riding him. Well, when Daddy finally got home, he caught a ride so far I ate it, and then he walked. You could cut through the mountains, and it was closer than going around the road. And I remember him coming walking in, had his old overalls and jumper on, ready to go. And we had
How many days had passed, or months, or how long had it been since he'd been gone? You remember?
I just guessing I'd say a month.
A month?
And Mama didn't know she thought the car went through, so she sold the car. To the fella that owned the post office and the filling station at Lula. And that's all it was there was the post office and filling station and one grocery store. No paved roads, it was just dirt roads, little place. Well, when Daddy got home and he wanted to know where the car was, Mama said, I sold it. He said, oh my God, said, that's what we was going to Texas in. Well, I don't know how he got to Lula. It was, like I say, 4 or 5 miles. He might have rode a horse before that guy hadn't picked a horse up. I don't remember. But anyhow, he got down there and told this guy the deal. He said, Lord, don't worry about it. He said, just give me the money back and you take the car back. People back then was real accommodating.
Yeah.
You didn't find too many bad people that would try to hurt you. Or if they could help you, they'd help you. That's just the way it was. Anyhow, we got the car back. And he had a little business to take care of before we could leave out. Well, Mom and Daddy went to Ada. And we was going to leave out for Texas the next morning. Well, it come on gully washing rain while they was at Ada. And they was trying to get home. All of us kids was there by ourselves. And they got within about 3 or 4 miles from home and they bogged down. They couldn't go that far. No car just bogged from down. They walked on home through that mud, and I think it's still raining. And the next morning, there was another family lived a little over a mile to the south of us. And he farmed a little bigger than most of the rest down in there. He might have had 2 farms together, you know. But anyhow, he had a team of mules that was huge. And he brought the little wagon about daylight the next morning and then had them big mules. And we put a few boxes we had to carry and all the kids in the wagon. And he drove to where the car was bogged down. Tied onto it that wagon in a chain and pulled it out and got it back for us. And here we go, for Borger, Texas. We got by my granddad and them on that ranch there just at noon, and we eat dinner with them.
Was you driving the car by then?
We were driving the car.
Yeah.
After he got us pulled out. And we eat dinner, and my granny was still crying when we left, standing on the porch, tears just streaming. She had never lived in town in her life. She said, you're going out there and starve them kids to death? Said, you're going to have to live out of a paper bag. I never will forget that. And we left her that way, crying. Didn't want us to go. We didn't get in here till almost daylight. We come over that hill there by Girls Town, and all you could see was carbon black. We didn't know what it was. But there was carbon black plants all over the country. And I thought we was fixing to get a storm from out. I just figured there's a big storm coming. We got on into Borger, stopped at a filling station, and you can imagine what we looked like being up all that time. They packed, I don't know how we got everything.
Everything packed in what, 6
that
kids?
little old car.
Was there 6 kids and
It was
a man and a woman? How many brothers and sisters?
There was 9 kids.
9 kids?
'Cause we had Peggy. All the kids. Every one of us in that little old car and all the stuff that we brought. We had tied on top and on the sides.
You better get you a chair.
All of us was, well, we just wore out. And Carol was the baby. He was about 2 years old, maybe. Not like Caleb.
Uh-huh.
And I thought the world of it. And we wasn't dressed too good. He had a little old tore up khaki shirt and sleeves. And I was worrying about that. Mama got kind of ticked off me. I remember that.
Did your mom make all y'all's clothes, or did you buy
Most of them,
Yeah.
the girls' clothes, she made their own. And without a sewing machine, with a needle in a thread, that's what she made. And she could whoop out a dress and nothing flat. Just cut it out. But anyhow, we got pulled into this station, and of course there's no place to stay. People was living in boxes and tents, and
There's quite a few people boarded up.
oh Lord,
These recruiters were bringing everybody in. They didn't. have
it
any
was
place to-
it had been up close to 80,000 population with no houses, but it had begun to drop back. I think border was about 40,000 when we come up. But there just wasn't no place to stay. But we pulled in that little old station, and my dad got talking to this guy. He said, I've got a little old trailer sitting around here. They had to go get all fixed up for these before we was going to move. There hadn't been no papers or nothing. So he said, well, we just need a place to kind of clean up and rest. He said, yeah. I said, it was sitting just behind the station. Kind of like one of these little camp trailers.
Uh-huh.
So we all unloaded and got out and got in there. Mama cooked us some breakfast. We killed a big hog just before we left. She had had it sugar cured down. She had it in that old car somewhere, I don't know, but it was there. I remember her pulling out a big old shoulder and cooking us breakfast, slicing it. You didn't have to, if you had some gravy and some of that meat, you'd eat high food. Everything was, we started the school at Phillips. I think I just got started and they had that big explosion. They thought they was going to have to evacuate us out of that schoolhouse. That fire was rolling from up.
What year was this? Before the war, after the war?
That was 1940, last of 1941, I believe, or two. Might have been early before. I think he's still in 41. But anyhow, that scared me terrible. And I never did go by it. I attempted it a few times. Well, the girls kept going. And he just cooked and washed clothes, cooked some of the best meals, do everything. Just potatoes and beans, but he'd have big old biscuits that high.
And they were neighbors of y'all's, or you?
Possum, coon, and in the daytime you'd hunt squirrels.
Was it just for hunting, just for shooting, or did you eat
No.
them?
We eat them squirrels. Man, I loved them squirrels. Then used to, they'd whittle out a board kind of like an awning board to stretch the hide over. Well, I found out, I may have invented this, I don't know, that you take a green oak limb about big, big around, and you bend that together, stick it in that hide, and they just pop it out there just tight. Well, I'd hang them all around the barn. And when Daddy'd go to Ada, well, I'd sand them, set them. I'd usually, a few of them wouldn't burn a quarter, but usually probably 15, somewhere around. See, I married Granny when I was 18.
Yeah. And now your brothers and sisters, they were still going to school out at Phillips?
They were going to school in Boardman.
In Boardman. Okay.
Yeah, Carol, and what girls were home, some of them married and left. Somewhere in, the border. I had a good time. I enjoyed that.